Hi, everybody. Welcome to our meditation. I'm Magli Pesha. I would say today's meditation specifically is a very active meditation. So we're going to start with breathing exercises that use our body and use different hand positions to bring energy and awareness and connection into our body through the breath, but also through our attention and our focusing and our noticing. And so in this active meditation, after we're going to start with the breathing and the energy exercises, then we're going to ground our energy to Mother Earth. And that shows up for us in different ways. And I'll give you different options for that. And that grounding is really there so that if you find there are vibrations or energies or emotions or thoughts that you would like to let go of, you can just really simply invite them down to the earth to be able to recycle, to do good things with. And another thing you can think of, if the earth metaphor or connection doesn't work for you, that's okay. I like to also think sometimes about just letting things go to the far, far off into space, into the edges of the universe, to be healed and loved and taken care of. That I'm, kind of one of those people who likes to take care of everything. And so for me, the metaphor of giving it to the universe to take care of, for someone, it might be giving it to God to take care of, giving it to guides or angels. There's lots of different ways we can do really what I find within is a similar experience. So I'm going to share some slides with you. And let's see here. Okay. So feel free to watch me at first as we begin the meditation practice, because I'm going to be doing some things with hands. And then I invite you to close your eyes and really do what feels right for you, always listening to your body, to your kind of the movement that comes from you. Someone might want to get up and dance. Someone else might want to stop moving their hands. Today's meditation is about your intuition and your healing frequency and vibration, and being able to allow and intend and empower yourself so that that can almost, I think of it as a growth, as an evolution, as an expansion of vibration. But it might be a coming together. It might be a getting very close. It might even feel more exact versus big. You might not feel it that way at all. It might be a different way you experience it. So what's most important is your way, and trust yourself. If you want to have your eyes open, have your eyes open. You want to drink water or a tea, do that. Try to close doors and turn off any distractions on your screen as much as you can. Before we start, take a look at the people here. Know that you're here in a beautiful group of people who are supporting each other. So just take a moment to feel that support and to give that support. And we'll do more of that in the meditation practice. So the hands and the energy exercise that we're starting with, you can either rub your hands together very quickly or more slowly, or just hold the hands together, feeling the energy in the palms. I like for this one to rub the hands, really bringing heat and energy into the hands. And we're going to just begin. So if you haven't done that yet, you are watching me, go ahead and bring the hands together and rub the palms or hold them still, feeling the energy between your hands, taking a nice deep breath there. And then bringing your hands over your eyes, cupping your eyes, and just breathing here, 3 deep breaths. Your breaths might be through your nose, your mouth, whatever works for you, just honoring yourself as you breathe and connect with your body. Feeling the energy perhaps, or the heat, or the sensations on the face as you breathe. And then coming back to the hands together in prayer position or rubbing together, whatever feels right. Taking a deep breath there. Following your breath as it flows naturally. And then taking the hands over the ears and taking 3 more deep breaths with the hands over the ears. Feeling your body, your energy, noticing in this position the connection you have with yourself. And then bringing your hands together again in prayer position, rubbing the hands or holding them still as you take a deep breath. Honoring your energy, honoring yourself, and bringing your hands to the top of your head. You might want to have a hand on your forehead and one on the top, or one on your forehead and the back of your head. Really do whatever feels right as you connect with your head, your whole body, and breathing 3 deep breaths. Following your breath, allowing your breath to be a teacher here. Following perhaps the energy that is with the breath or near it or around it. And when you're ready, coming back to your hands together, taking a nice deep breath here, perhaps rubbing the hands together, whatever feels right. And then bringing one hand to the throat and one hand to the heart, kind of the upper heart collarbone. And taking 3 nice deep breaths here, saying hello to your body, to your throat, to your chest, your heart, back of your neck as you breathe, fully following your breath. And just knowing that whatever happens for you is exactly perfect for you. If your attention goes to another part of the body, you just witness that as you take another deep breath, noticing the connection of hands on your throat and your heart, and also honoring and noticing anywhere else that your awareness goes. And then again, hands together, taking a deep breath here. And this time, one hand on the heart, maybe a little lower down, and one on the ribs, the upper ribs, solar plexus area. And taking 3 deep breaths. As you inhale, just imagine energy entering the body with the breath. And as you exhale, imagine a releasing, an unwinding, a fluid relaxing. Then hands together again, honoring yourself, honoring your energy. And now one hand on your upper belly and one on your lower belly. 3 deep breaths. Saying hello to the middle of the body, noticing the back body as you breathe deeply. The shoulders might drop. The nose might feel different, the toes, and just honor all of you as you breathe here, with the middle of your body. Bringing your hands together again, rubbing them together or holding them still as you rest for a moment. And then taking your hands to your legs. And as you feel your legs, top of your legs, or if you're on the bed, you might feel the sides of your legs. And just taking 3 deep breaths, honoring the lower body, saying hello. Feeling that connection with earth, with ground, this support system of what is solid and here that we lie on or we sit on or we stand, and just noticing our legs, our feet as we breathe deeply. And if you wish to bring your hands back together again in prayer position, or to rest on your heart or your face, or to stay on your lap, just honoring your own intuition here of where your hands would like to be, and following your breath, noticing your emotions, any sensations in the body, energy in or around yourself. You might notice thoughts, symbols, metaphors, colors, sounds. And taking a little time now to ground your energy, I like to bring my hands back to my legs, but honor your own intuition with where your hands want to be. And just feeling into the hips, the lower stomach, the lower back. So you could just do a little tour of your lower body right now with your attention. And imagining this lower energy center being filled with light, with a radiant light. And you can imagine through thinking, through knowing, through your sense of being. You can also imagine through a sense of seeing or hearing. There's no one way to imagine. So in whatever way you imagine this light in the lower body, wrapping around the hips and the belly, a beautiful healing light, a light that wishes only wellness and care and safety and protection for you. And then imagine this light going down to connect with the earth's light, with the light at the center of the earth that is radiant, loving, giving, and very healing. And imagine that you can send any thought or vibration or energy or emotion down through this cord of light into the light of the earth to be transformed, to be healed, to be recycled. And the earth invites and welcomes with kindness, compassion, and a gift of transformation, anything that you no longer need. And you can send something down your cord of light right now as a little a little testing out, like I'm going to send the word no down and just invite Earth to take no and recycle no. Or another word that maybe for you is a word that you wish to recycle. No might be a very empowering word also. So you might not want to give that to Earth right now to recycle. Might be something else like jealousy, fear. And you might get a message back, like a color or a word or a sound. So just honoring that without any over attachment to what you perceive, just letting it be as you send that light down to meet the light in the earth and release from your system anything that you don't need. And this is here for you as a resource at any time during your practice. Allowing this light in your body, in your lower belly, to be like a pillar of light that connects to your stomach, your heart, your throat, your head, your shoulders, your back. And just imagining that you are full of this light, pretending, allowing this light to be so tender and kind and giving that you can feel this light or think of this light or sense this light like a friend that's always there, always within you, always empowering and kind. And inviting any of your guides, angels, favorite emotions or values, places in nature you love, people that are empowering for you. Inviting this resource of protection and care and love for you all around you. It might be the mountains. It might be the ocean. It might be a grandparent. It might be a mythical being or a beautiful tree or flower. It could be God. It could be the universe. And just inviting the sense of this care and protection and kindness as a support system, connecting to the light within you and also being behind you, as though you could just lean in to that support behind you, around you, through you, invisible, powerful support. And breathing, being. Notice if there's a way right now to give yourself permission for your own truth to be amplified and expanded, deepened. That might sound like a sentence, like I give myself permission to be in my truth, or I give myself a deep knowing permission for my own intuition, my own authentic self to be completely present, to be connected and open, communicative. However you feel, however you think, however you sense, a way to give yourself permission right now. And we'll do this in silence for about a minute. And just allowing your sense of seeing, your sense of hearing, listening, your sense of feeling, connecting, your sense of touch, movement, your sense of smell, and your deepest sense of intuitive knowing to be allowed to be open and receptive to empower and support you. And now we're going to move into our practice with 5 doors that help us open into our healing vibration of intuition and truth, supporting ourselves through our mind, our imagination, our body awareness. So it's all welcomed here, your breath, your caring heart. And we're going to begin with courage. Notice if there's a place in the body where courage lives. And just take a moment to breathe into this place. Maybe you want to put your hand there. Sensing courage. Noticing if courage shows you something through movement or touch, hearing, seeing, metaphors, thoughts. What does courage wish to share with you? Is there a guide or a helper that you can invite to empower your courage? And just honor whatever comes. Also honor where and when in your life, in your body, in your mind, in your emotions and energy. When is courage very helpful? And how can courage be really honored? I'm hearing a sentence, some words over and over again, so I'm just going to share them. And it's just simple. You've got this. You've got this. Inviting your intuition, inviting your vibration to meet courage. There may be a shape or a color, a sound, a sensing of courage right now in your system. There may be a memory from the past of feeling courage. And so just honoring whatever is, honoring whatever shows, and allowing yourself to be with that. Being with yourself is very courageous, very loving. And in this witnessing of yourself, of this moment, appreciate this kindness you're offering yourself by just being present to whatever happens. That is deep courage and that is deep appreciation for the truth, for what is true for you right now in this moment. And as you appreciate whatever it is, even if it was appreciating something that is surprising or tender, in that appreciation, you're giving yourself love, caring. So just notice where this self-love, this compassion and kindness, where that lives, if it lives more in an area of your body or around you, or as a metaphor or color. Maybe for you, this kind of appreciation, this self-love is like waves or rainbows, the sweetness of honey, the sun shining, or maybe it's a feeling inside. And just taking time to honor whatever shows up, knowing that your light and your cord of light connecting to you, to the earth, to the galaxies, to the support of all your helpers, and knowing that you can release and let go of anything that needs releasing to allow for this self-love, to allow for this courage. And you can just release with your exhale, imagining your cord of light, taking anything that blocks your self-love or courage and taking it to be recycled, to be allowed to evolve, to be cared for, not yours to heal. Allow it to go to the earth or to the universe, to be healed, to be released, to be recycled. And in doing this, you're being very loving, very kind, very compassionate to yourself, embracing your intuitive healing gifts. And your helpers, whether these are values or friends or non-ordinary reality beings, angels, they have your back. They're supporting you and wishing you well. Just feeling what is right now, maybe in the heart, maybe somewhere else, maybe it's around you, in the light within you. And taking time here just to rest. No doing, just allowing. The simplicity. Noticing time and breath and body as you rest. Imagining the way that resting nurtures and supports your mind, your energy, your creativity. And in this resting, there may be ways that nature supports our resting. Darkness at night, coolness or warmth, sounds like lullabies, dreams, could even be the way your heartbeat supports your rest, the way your body feels as it restores itself. And just honoring the importance of rest within you, in your life, in your way of resting. Breathing deeply now into this restful moment, releasing and letting go of anything that needs to go in order to allow deep rest, deep restoration, healing, care. And knowing that you're supported, feeling the ground supporting you, feeling your back body, and that message, you've got this. In every moment we experience, and we can always experience the act of experiencing through witnessing, through just bringing our attention into whatever is happening. And so right now, we're going to enter this door of experience and just noticing if you have visual experience, if you have listening, hearing, tuning in to that experience of listening, listening with your spirit, listening with your ears. We have the experience of our body, our breath, our heart, our temperature, the sensations we feel of the chair or the bed or our clothing. Just taking a deep breath, noticing what you experience. If the body wishes to move, then allow. If a thought comes, allow. Just allow whatever is in this witnessing of the experience, of the moment. And there may be a way in your life that you bring this practice, this art of being aware of your experience a little closer in. It could be you wish to experience more of your emotions, or more of your creativity, or more of your wisdom. Whatever it is you wish to experience, allow that wish to be here with you like a vibration, a healing, a frequency, and invite it in like a blessing right now into your energy, into your body. Letting yourself expand if you wish. If you wish to take up a little more room now, Just imagine that. What is that like to take up a little more room in your experience? Could be a breath that widens your chest. It could be a movement, a sigh. The hands might open. The face, the heart might feel more open. The shoulders. Just notice this experience of taking up more of your own presence, your own truth. Taking a deep breath with this widened, fuller experience of your truth, of your experience. Knowing that your invisible support team is here with you, creating protection, and the light within you is there to serve and honor your truth, connect you with your own intuition and your own healing. And in this fullness, however that is for you right now, imagine the connection, feel the connection from the individual you into the universal you, the me becoming the we. And as you breathe in, feeling close to yourself, your core, your truth. And as you breathe out, feeling a connection to all of life, all of yourself, all of others. What is that like for you? Going from me to we. Feeling into that, there could be words like service, connection, expansion. What does that hold for you? This is your truth. And what needs to let go to allow for this deepening of your own service? This could be service for your healing, service for your health, for your emotions. It could be one relationship or many relationships. This could be your relationship with the divine, with nature. Service could be self-love. Service could be loving the world or one other soul in the world. So just witnessing, breathing, knowing that your cord of light connecting you to Mother Earth is here to recycle anything you wish to release as you expand your truth, your intuition, and your vibration moves into a deepening of inner wisdom and love, of growth and expression, honoring the year ahead, 2022, and just feeling yourself connecting with time. Could be that you receive metaphors or words or feelings, sensations, and just honoring whatever it is that you're given right now as you allow your own healing and your own vibration to be expanded, perhaps updated. Knowing you have this courage, this appreciation, rest, experience, and service, all here And you can go into any door as you need. You need to witness. You might choose to rest, or you might choose to be with the current experience. If you need to take action, you might enter that door of courage. If you need love with another human, you might enter into that door of service. Just knowing all 5 doors are here, they're all portals. And you're vast, vast as the universe. Let's take a moment to honor each other, feeling the support of everyone here today meditating together, those meditating right now in this moment with you, whether you know the person or not. There could be people right now not in this group in another part of the world who are also meeting their own truth. And so just honoring the way as human beings, we can take this time to deepen our own knowing, to expand and connect and heal and recycle and breathe and rest. And sending out wishes to the world, to the universe, to your future self, your past self, family, friends, whales or dogs or trees, clouds. Sending out wishes for wellness, wishes for love, wishes for empathy, wishes for courage, whatever comes to you. And you might feel this in your body, you might think it, you might imagine it, just sensing how your wishes can be experienced right now. And you're changing not just your own vibration, but all those other vibrations that are part of this world. And coming back to your body through your breath, taking a nice deep breath, maybe tapping your heart space a little bit, or moving your hands together, feeling the legs, the ground under you, rolling the shoulders or the neck. And when you're ready, when you feel back home in your body, opening your eyes and just noticing your space, noticing colors around you, shapes. It can take a couple minutes to come back. Sometimes when we meditate, we might even know we have hands, but we don't really feel the hands, but we're able to open our eyes, or we feel we can't open our eyes until we feel our hands. So there's lots of different ways we might experience the depth of meditation. So it might just be the amazing thoughts we think. So I want to open the chat to you, open the option to share, to ask a question. You can raise your hand under reactions. And we love to hear how a meditation is for you. So I meditated for a while on how to begin offering meditation in 2022. And these 5 kind of words came to me, and I I have no idea how that will connect to you. So I'm always like very, very curious about that. And if you're wondering what were those words, here they are. I'm going to share the screen again, and then I'm going to call on anyone who has their hand up. So courage, appreciation, rest, experience, and service. And if anyone sort of kind of leaves when they meditate, that can happen. That's natural. It actually can be a sign of going really deep. Just a reminder that we started with the energy in the hands and giving that to different parts of ourselves. And that's a really lovely way to connect to your body before you start a more heart-based or a more, not mental, but a more silent meditation, to first do that breathing and energy exercise so that you're really there in your body. Okay. And I just really like to honor your truth and your wisdom when you raise your hand. That's what I'm happy to answer any questions, but it helps everyone when we hear each other's reality or truth or shares. So I'm going to start with Allison. Hi, Allison.
Hi, Magali.
How are you?
I'm really relaxed.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to just appreciate and the way that you integrate your intuition into the meditation. Something really alive in it for me because you do that. And I think you kind of already touched upon my question, which was I often feel like I'm drifting to sleep when I do these meditations, and I kind of get hard on myself for like I should just always fall asleep. But like you said, there might be something happening on a subconscious level. So that was my question.
Yeah.
And I think you already answered it, but just thank you so much for offering.
So wait, share that with me again. You were wondering about when you fall asleep when you're meditating, and if
Right.
something is maybe else is going on in that.
Right.
Yeah. And it sounds like you already have a sense that something else is going on.
I want to believe that. So yeah.
Well, my guess is that wanting to believe that is your intuition saying, yes, there is something going on here.
Oh.
And, I was reading a book recently about some very deep meditative yogis that did, this is going to crack you up, TV yoga, where they allowed themselves to watch silly TV as they meditated and went deep. So if you can do TV yoga, sleep is a powerful tool. And I'm wondering, I'm guessing, I don't know if this is true, that it's a little bit different than ordinary sleep. Yeah. So that's a good sign, just to notice that if you do fall asleep, does it have just a little different feel to it? Do you kind of wake up as soon as the meditation is over? I actually use some meditations to fall asleep. Like I like to go into sleep time, dream time at night through meditation. So that can be its own like beautiful portal. So, but if you want to be more awake, Allison, because that's good too, right? It's good to work on being vivid and awake when we meditate as well. I recommend putting your arm out, and as you fall asleep, it'll kind of fall, right? And that'll remind you to be awake. Oh, is my sound okay? Do you guys hear me okay? Okay. Just lost sound from Mark for a minute. Okay, anyone else want to share or have a question? I would love to hear from you guys, or share in the chat. Okay, there we go. Karina, hello. How are you?
Hi. Hello, Magali. Thank you so much for that. That was awesome. It was very, very, very lovely. I think for me, this time around, it was really nice because that rest moment, that I had that moment where I sort of, in vertical, lost my body. I knew it was there, but I couldn't quite figure out where exactly. And I guess for me, permission to rest, permission to stop is not something I give myself very often. So it was it was very expansive. It felt very energetic in a way, which is kind of weird. It sort of went outwards, even though my body, I wasn't quite sure where my body was, but it was like so quiet and so easy and restful, but it was sort of getting bigger, which was really interesting. So it was very physical. It wasn't,
Yeah.
I didn't see colors or anything like that. It was a very physical experience, this sort of, expansion, which was very, very interesting. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. I think that's really good news. That makes me really happy. Like, as you share that, I just feel like, like, I don't know if other people feel that. I just feel very joyful for you that you had that expansion. And
yeah, it was quite strange for a moment. It was like almost like my brain dropped back in and went like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, "Shush, shush, shut up! Just let me do this." So it's like it's resting. It's okay. I'm good here. So it was almost like having to tell my brain to say, "It's okay. I'm safe. I'm okay here. This is okay to do." So it was
and you sound like you can be very reassuring in the meditation, and that's so important to be able to reassure ourselves, that because it for some people, I'm so glad it was not your experience. Some people, when they feel that, might go into a sense of fear, and that's normal too, because it's like, wait, where did what I knew to be me kind of just go for a moment? And it's really good to be able to do what you did, to reassure yourself, to know that you're safe.
Yeah, I think it was both things. It was a big curiosity bit in there. It's like, what is going on? This is really strange. I haven't done this before. This is but very curious, very sort of like, okay, let's see where this is going. And I think, quite frankly, your voice is a fantastic anchor, because that gave me the safety. It's like, we're good. We're still in here. We're in that group. It's okay. And so you can sort of let go a little bit. So that was kind of cool. It was very good. Yeah, thank you.
I love that. And I love what you shared. I think we should all take Karina's words as like a little teaching of what to do when that happens. It was a wonderful, wonderful sharing. Thank you. And thank you for Karina's partner there meditating.
Hi. Yeah, she's very curious. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. And wonderful that you can sit together and do this. So
yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, it's really nice.
Wonderful. Thank
It's
you.
good to share.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. Awesome.
And I'd agree with Karina about your voice as well. It's very calming.
I'm glad that, it's funny. I don't often get such clear messages, but today the thing of now I can't even remember how it came through, but like you've got this, I guess that message just kept saying, tell everyone that, just to remember you've got this, everyone's got this. And it's so simple, right? But I think we all probably get messages in different ways, and part of meditation is learning to hear those intuitive messages.
It's interesting you said that you got this, because I don't know why it was significant to me, but that was significant to me when you said it, you got this. And I thought, oh, that was interesting, because I don't know why it was so significant, but it was. I felt it was to me. So there we are.
Yeah,
so
maybe
I've got this.
I'm glad, because for me it kind of came in like it wouldn't let me alone. It kept saying that, and I was like, okay, I guess I better say this out loud. So,
well, thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. Awesome. And Joan, hello, Joan. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I had can you hear me? Yes.
I do hear you. I know I froze there for a moment. Yeah.
I've had problems with my internet coming in and out throughout it, but it still was absolutely spectacular despite that. I had the same question as the person back the last 3 times that I've been part of it. In this healing section, you had the first one, I was doing service for somebody with Parkinson's and wasn't able to join. The second time I fell asleep immediately and slept through the whole thing. And the 2 previous times before that I was with you, I fell asleep immediately and missed so much of what was going on. And I wanted to ask, I'm assuming that something is still happening, even though I'm sleeping, that I'm still experiencing somehow the meditation process and the connection. In fact, the last time I had a sleep, I had an extra sleep so that I would be wide awake when we did the meditation, and I still fell asleep and slept through it all. Today,
well, I think you're right, Joan. I think you're right that something is happening. What were you about to say though about today?
Today, there are so many things that happen through it, Maggie, that I cannot possibly share it all. The healings, my mom left when I was almost 4 years old. I reconnected with her when I was 5, and incredible reconnection, but then rejection again, repeated rejections again. I've had 2 divorces. And when we were doing the word, he said something about a word. Is there a word? And all of a sudden the word rejection came to me. And I went through this incredible healing of when my mom left and through the 2 divorces. And then I also later on in the meditation went through an experience of like forgiveness, I guess you could call it, of asking for forgiveness for her misunderstandings. Like she was accusing me of all kinds of things that absolutely didn't happen, of rejecting her and so on. And that's her perception. And so I was allowing, forgiveness for her perception, that apologizing for that, for her interpretation in those ways. And I would never intentionally, hurt her and so on. And it was just so incredibly powerful. And then the connection with God, and for me, was unbelievable. Deep purple lights, which I interpret as connection with the Holy Spirit. Phenomenal things throughout. Even though I kept getting kicked out, the internet kept breaking, but it would bring me back in again. And I just can't thank you enough for all of this. The whisperings of the Holy Spirit recently, like I used to feel these little nudgings, and you should be doing this, you should be doing that and that. And in the last 2 weeks, it's just constant sort of little nudgings and directions of what I should be doing and where I should be going, with phenomenal synchronous events happening. And Christmas was just moments of joy of being able to help other people. And it's, I can't even put into words what's happening. So I think you're right that things are happening when I'm sleeping through your meditations.
Yeah.
And then today's, I can't even put into words what all happened and all the different experiences. So thank you.
Thank you. And Joan, just remember, this is you doing this. I offer some words to hold space, but you're the one doing this healing. What you're sharing is so deep and powerful. And it is really, I know it's also universal, but it's also really you too. So just, I wanted to honor you that way.
The first time I meditated with you, things would happen just before you would bring it up. And it was just so powerful. And that doesn't happen as intensely and as frequently, but it does happen. Like today, it happened again, where you would say something, and I had already just started it. You said something about your feet, and I had already gone there. Yeah. And it's not as often, but affirming, very affirming.
Well, I think we're connected. I think we're all very connected. Oh, thank you for sharing, Joan. Thank you so much. All right. And Megan, and I want to hear from everybody who has their hands up. So if someone wants to share, put your hand up quick, because we're going to get to everyone now who raises their hand. Okay, Megan, there we go. You should get an unmute. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Wow. Yeah, this is my very first time sharing. I'm still pretty new to to your meditation groups, and I just want to say it's really cool to have this healing. Like I've been in meditation groups, and I've been to like silent retreats and participated a lot in like the local shangas here in my area in Canada where I live. But this is a very unique perspective on it, and I'm not saying the other ones were bad or anything. It's just I'm not used to it. More or less before it was more or less, learning how to breathe. I was learning about like meditation and how it aligned with being more aware and like identifying like traumatic experiences. But this approach on healing is really cool. I think and one of the other ladies was kind of touching on it a little bit about like kind of that inner, I think it was like that inner battle with kind of like your thoughts. And I think for me that was kind of like in some situations, because like I can have very bad like social anxiety and not really knowing about meditation and what to share about, and made it kind of like uncomfortable and stuff. So like I think and this new approach on being okay with just like, okay, we're gonna heal, we're gonna share, we're gonna We're going to show about like what we're healing through. I think that makes it a lot more comfortable for me. Because even like me, yeah, like I'm the kind of person like I had to have an accountability partner to do meditations. We'd use Insight Timer. I'd have to reach out to her to really make it a habit. And I'm like, why, thinking like, why is it so forced? And what I'm realizing now, yeah, like with this is like, I think it's like a lot of it for me is like I'm recovering from a lot of PTSD related stuff, and like I'm coming to a place now where, healing is like allowing me to go out and I have to go and kind of like reassess like because I've seen a lot of therapists and counselors too, but I've had to like kind of switch depending because some of them don't necessarily resonate with the advice, or they think, oh, they're just thoughts. But
Well, thank you so much for your internet's breaking up a little bit there, but I want to just highlight what I think is really cool that you shared about how I think the heart of it, I hope I'm not getting it wrong here, is that you were able to really give yourself this permission in the meditation practice to kind of go with your own truth. Am I right?
absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with learning breathing techniques and more formal meditation. I honor that completely as well. Yeah. I don't know if you're still there. I think we're having a little sound issue, but I feel moved to just share with everyone, just so everyone knows. I think you guys know this already. If you're still here, the people who are left kind of probably have heard me say this, but I don't think there's a path of meditation I don't love and honor. So, and what this group sort of has become over 3 years of us doing this together is it has developed a bit of a healing meditation sort of flavor. But I think one of the dominant things is this allowing each of us to really be authentically as we are in our own expanded, truthful nature, whatever our beliefs are, whatever the way we sense things is. So, I'm hoping that will just keep going more and more in 2022 for all of us, more and more of this allowing of that, whatever is most true for us to be really experienced daily. And I was going to actually give a little time. I want to take everyone's shares. That's most important. But I also wanted to give a suggestion of looking at starting the new year and asking yourself, so what is really the most true for me? What feels the most authentic and empowering for me? And then in what ways do I want to, in simple ways, honor that? Maybe just for one breath a day, I honor that truth, whatever it is. But just instead of, and it's fine to have to-do lists and to set intentions for the new year and resolutions, all that's great. And there might be something kind of underneath that that's even more authentic for you. So that's what I'm kind of hoping that maybe is helpful, is that setting of that authentic, deepest truth for you to be there every day in some way. It might be really just one breath. All right. And Linda, good to see you here. How are you? Oh, I'm not hearing you. Hold on. Let me ask again to unmute. There we go.
Great to be here.
Good to
I
have
love the
you.
sharings, and I want to say, just before Christmas, I lost 2 women friends a week before,
I'm
and
sorry.
it really, so I've had, and I don't feel that I'm in heavy waves of grief, but here's an image that came up in this group as you move through different steps. Okay, picture one of those underwater scenes where there's a huge school of fish, and you know how they all turn somehow together and then move in another direction? That's what I was feeling. And it gave me an incredible silence and peacefulness. There was no sound effect like bubbles or Lloyd Bridges or none of that. Okay, it was no scuba in it. but I felt
Ah.
movement. And then during the time of rest, and I resisted this, but something said, just open these pencils, your colored pencils, and pick up the pad. And I started just intuitively drawing. And this is what I came up with. It's,
Beautiful. Oh.
and it seemed to be beating. It wasn't perfect or symmetrical, but it's just a little colored pencil heart. And it's so dear to me because when you said, you got this, this is what I heard. Your heart says, you got this. Okay, and that's it. It's nothing else. It's very simple for me right now, which is not usually simple. Trauma can complicate things. Losses can get messy, but I feel the safety from the group. So I thank all of you. Thank you. And it's so filled with love. I literally swam here. I mean, that's what it felt like. Like I moved here on some energy that said, come. Got here.
That's so powerful. Thank you so much, Linda, for
You're
sharing.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. And, I have to share too, you guys, meditating with all of you for me is a totally different experience than when I meditate alone. I also feel the group's blessings and the group's energy. And it's like Linda said, it is like we're together in it. So let's keep going. Great shares. Maribel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Magali. Can you hear me?
I do. Yes. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. This really helped out. When you were saying, to just feel your body, feel, I'm sorry, I apologize, recycle every feeling and whatnot. I was feeling, obviously, grudge. I was feeling loss, loneliness. I mean, it's a lot of feelings that we're going through and that I was taking back to recycle, like you were saying. And what I was visualizing was like a swirl. And I kept seeing that over and over, like a swirl, like the snail.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I just kept seeing that. And when obviously, like everyone else, I heard it in me. I couldn't see no colors. I didn't hear no, what part of my body was the courage part or whatnot, but I did hear the same thing, you got this. And it's funny because that resonated with my mother, which I lost this year. And before she passed, those same words that I heard in my heart saying, you got this, it wasn't from just my mother's memory or her voice. It was something deeper in me.
Wow.
Which is, again, to me, my higher source, universe, my God. So that really was beautiful. And, it's funny because I don't take the time sometimes to stop and do this. And this is beautiful. I needed to do this to connect with other people that are doing the same thing. And for me to assure myself too that there is someone else out there doing the same thing. All of you guys, every single one that's here on this chart. So it's funny because we're so connected that we're disconnected now, and we're disconnected from ourselves, from our family, from everyone, because we're so into media. But this is very important. This is so vital for like my health, my wealth, everything inside me, because your soul tells you every single thing you need to know about your health, about your everything, your heart, all of that. So thank you so much. It's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful way to start off the year, of course, but I've been following you now for a while, and it's amazing. This is a beautiful experience. I keep saying beautiful, I don't know, but there's no other word I can say that's so amazing and so beautiful and just so heart filling. It's just, I can't find the words.
Oh, thank you. You're beautiful. And thank you for sharing.
Thank you,
And you guys, so those who don't know, I know Jeremy's been adding in the chat that we have a Facebook group. We do have a Facebook group, so we can keep connecting in chat form. We also have a YouTube channel now. It's just my name, and I'm putting the videos there, and I have so many of these meditations. I'm going to be adding a lot there just as often as I can do all the settings. So just know that that's there if that helps anybody. And Sarah, hi Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Good. How are
Um,
you?
this was my first meditation with you. I think I don't even know how you're in my emails. I must have signed up for something. And I just seen it today. So I think I was just thinking actually like an hour beforehand, I was listening to a book. I started listening to, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Dr. Joe
Mhm.
Dispenza, sorry. And he was talking about meditation, and I just saw the email and I was like, oh, I guess, you know what? I was thinking I need to start practicing things in real life instead of just learning about them. So I was like, this is a perfect way to practice it. So I hopped on, and I'll second what Marbell, just if that's how I pronounce it correctly, I hope, just said as well, that it is really nice seeing that there is other people doing what you're doing and being able to connect with them. So this is my first experience like doing anything as a group. So it's really awesome, like, and just like nice, you know, feel like even a bit emotional. But I guess then for my experience going through it, I don't know if I was awake or asleep for some of it, to be fully honest. Like actually, I don't know. I think I was awake, maybe I was daydreaming a little. Unless anyone saw me like conk off, then I was asleep. So video was on. But I would say like when I was going through it, I just experienced seeing the color red. And I'm not too sure what that means.
Yeah.
But like wasn't like full red, it was like red through dots. That was interesting. And then when you said as well, like getting rid of sending, basically, I can't remember exactly what you said, but you said like sending things back to the universe, whatever.
Yeah.
What came up for me then was basically accepting and allowing myself to accept help and learn, but then also like share. So I was like, okay, well, I'll share like something now, I guess. And then when you were saying about like something came to your mind and it just kept repeating in your head, so you wanted to share. I just find it interesting because sometimes in my life, like throughout my daily life, certain things come to my head and I'm like, it's hard to distinguish if it's just self-talk or if it's like a message or something. Like, for example, like in my head all the time, it will say like things like, go to India, you know? Like, and that was on repeat in my head for like a month. And then I really like considered going to India because of this, you know? And I was like, what do I do in India? Like, you know what I mean? And I don't even like really practice yoga. For some reasons, like in India, do yoga. So it is on my list, but obviously, like, you know. And then one other thing then was, as you're saying that, it just told me to share my €2 story. So if I'm not going on for too long, I could share that.
Sure. Is it
Yeah.
a story that, yeah,
I
share.
can make it short, I can share.
Go for it.
So, so I had my first experience with, I guess, manifesting something. So it was something that I wasn't sure certain if I believed it or not. I was listening to that book actually, Dr. Spendo, another book, and he was talking about manifesting. I was like, let me practice this real quick, okay? So I was actually working in a theater, and I decided, okay, I'll start small. I'm gonna manifest €2, and it said that you had to put it like you had to say specifically what you wanted when you wanted it by, but not how you were going to get it. So I said, okay, I want €2 by the end of my shift. Yeah, well, not by the end of my shift. By the time I walk to my bus stop on my way home, I'm gonna have €2, and what I'm gonna do with it is I'm gonna go into McDonald's and get myself a little snack. The reason why I said €2 is because I already got €1. Someone gave me a tip, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get €2. And anyway, as I was cleaning up, surely I found €2 on the ground. I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is it. So then I went down the street to McDonald's, and while I was outside McDonald's, I thought to myself, actually, I only really want a hamburger. I don't even want this €2. I don't need it. So when I was in the queue at McDonald's, then there was like some thought came through my head, and it just said, someone in this queue is going to need it. If they do, give it to them, you know? So there was a couple people in the queue before me. No one really needed it. Then the guy who was right before me, he was an older man and he wanted a vegan burger, which I didn't even know McDonald's had done anyway. But he was like, I want a vegan burger, and the lady said that's €4.90. And he's like waved this €5 note in the air and he said, I only have €5. And then the lady said, no, it's €6. And I thought, surely not me, because I said €2, not one. So I'll just leave it. And then she said, oh, my apologies. It actually would be €7 with fries. And he said, oh, I only have 5 and I really want fries. So I just like handed him the €2 and I was like, here you are. And he was like, what? Like, you know, and I was like, no, take it. Like I said, someone gave it to me. I wasn't going to tell him the whole story. So he took it. And then after that, he was thankful. And then he like wanted to give me something. So he was like, here, take this. And he gave me like a chocolate brownie or something that was in his pocket. And then I was like so happy because I just had my burger that I wanted, now had a chocolate brownie, and it was just like a whole like just cycle. And like it made me like he was happy, but it actually made me feel better that I was like, oh, this is the thing, you know, this is just like really cool. And if you feel something, like just do it. And like just that feeling you get of
Yeah.
even giving something to someone so small. So yeah.
That is so beautiful. What a beautiful experience and share. I love that. And when you
Yeah.
hear that voice about going to India, you might want to explore, just explore what, like, you know,
I think I'll
I
find
don't
it as
know,
well.
sometimes it's nice to look at the qualities of an inner voice. Is it really, how is that different than when you hear an inner voice that is speaking some other kind of truth to you? I think all of us can kind of get more and more skillful at listening to our inner voice. I'm in a process of always
I guess that's
growing with
something I need
that
to learn.
skill. It's hard to know. That's why I said, like, I sometimes, even when I'm guiding meditation and I'm opening up my intuition to receive that and everything, there's still the logical part of me that goes, oh, wait, should I share this? Is this really to share?
Yeah,
You know, I mean, going to India could be a metaphor for other things too. It could be a
I guess
deepening of
so.
something else. It could mean something different, but it's always, when something returns to us, it's definitely interesting to
I
explore it.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me know if you go to India though.
I know. I'm like, now that it's there, I'm like, I feel like I really have to, but it'll be stopping probably sometime this year. I'm sure I'll have
Yeah.
to plan it in, I guess.
Oh, and also, Sarah, so you know, and anyone else knows who's new to this group, we usually meet Mondays at 10 a.m. California time. So Mondays, 10 a.m. California time. It's always free. We always send out an email the day before and right before. Anyone's invited. This is very much a promotion-free zone. We just meditate together, and it's about exploring ourselves in meditation, all different kinds of techniques. Okay, and
Amazing.
Robert.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Sarah. Good to meet you. Robert, hi.
Hi,
How
how
are
are
you?
you?
Good.
So it's funny that the 3 people that went before me, I have like, they resonated with me big time. First, Linda, I want to say sorry for your loss. I can relate and I'm really, really sorry. I hate to know that anyone else suffered through a tough holiday season. Same thing for Maribel, sorry for your loss. So, you know, coming from a place where they both experienced trauma, I resonated with them. And then Sarah is reading Joe Dispenza, and so am I right now at the same exact time, and listening to his audiobooks too. So 3 people kind of felt a connection with them like I did with the whole group when we were meditating. Without getting too into detail, I did type to you in the chat a couple of times, but I know it's much more difficult to look that up. But I myself suffered through a couple of instances of trauma, starting in October, and then another one like right prior to Christmas, and have been suffering some pretty deep heartache as a result of that. And so this past holiday season was the toughest of my life, hands down, that I've ever had to get through. And I was meditating. I don't know if you're familiar with Sadhguru, but he just did a New Year's special. And I was watching his New Year's special for the second time today, and I got your email. And Sarah was saying she just got your email today, didn't know how she got it. Same for me. I was sitting there, not sure how I got it, but it was like literally 6:59, and it said, "We're starting now." And I was like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm starting now too." So I hopped in, and I felt an overwhelming sense of like, wow, I didn't know I needed this. Like, to see all these people in here who obviously are trying to tune into certain things for whatever reason. I felt very connected by it, and I really appreciate it. And I wanted to know a couple of things. I wanted to know if the email that I received the invitation from, is that an email that I could send you a message and like personally correspond with you on?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the founder of Coaching Institute, and I've also been a teacher at Robbins Madonna's training. And so that might be why you got the email.
Is Coaching
A big,
Institute, do you coach coaches to become coaches at
yeah, we
Coaching Institute?
train Mark Pesha and myself. Mark is my husband, and we train life coaches in different kinds of coaching. And so you can read more at coachinginstitute.com if you're interested. And there's other meditations there too, and energy exercises. And we really take a more spiritual approach to coaching. And kind of a big announcement talking about a shift. Mark and I are putting all of our energy now in Coaching Institute. So if some of you are students of ours at Robbins Madonna's training, our teachings will still be there, but we are shifting in the new year to being full-time with Coaching Institute. So we're very
Congratulations.
excited. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely need to talk further because I'm anticipating a huge shift for myself. I've been a teacher for the past 6 years. I was a mental health counselor prior to that for 6 years. So I've always been in service of others. I'm also a volleyball coach. So in every way, everything I've done professionally has been to give of my energy to others and to try to be a mentor. But I feel like it's time for me in terms of income, especially in Florida where I am. The income is so low for teachers. And I feel like I want to increase my financial stability. And so I'm starting a course tomorrow, which could change my career within 2 months and earn me a much higher income. So that shift is on its way. But then I started to already think before I began that, how do I be of service? How do I continue to be of service? Because I'm not going to feel fulfilled if I'm not in service at all, because this would be in software in my new career.
Yeah.
So I think we need to talk about a future, situation where I may come aboard at Coaching Institute, because that's something I've thought about always doing. And obviously this trauma that I'm going through is shaping me and molding me and making me stronger and giving me even more stories to help people who may seek that from me as a coach at some point. So this just feels very destined that I was here tonight, that I got that email 1 minute before you were going to go. And then I was deciding at the end, should I stick around for the question? Should I raise my hand? And I'm really glad I did. And again, sorry to Linda and Maribel for your guys' loss. But I will be definitely reaching out to you. And you said you do Mondays at
Mondays at 10. We're pretty consistent. It's almost every Monday at 10.
That's the only group meditations that you normally do?
Those are the only live ones. And then we send out recordings too. And you can go to the YouTube channel or the Facebook page. You can visit coachinginstitute.com. We give out a lot of information. So you'll find group coaching there, and you'll find coaching demonstrations. So you can see the way Mark and I coach and the team. So there's a lot there. So I invite everyone here, of course, to check it out.
Well, unfortunately, that time won't work for me to join your live sessions on Mondays for now. But if you ever have another Sunday one, like, I would very much look forward to that.
Well,
But
as
I
long
will be
as
reaching
you
out to
don't, as long as you don't, get off of that you got the email, you'll keep getting them. And we do some at this time too. That's why I do these special things.
Okay. Thank you for your time and letting me speak. I will be reaching out in my emails very soon.
Wonderful. Take care. And CJ, hello.
Maggie, can you hear me?
Hi, how are you?
Let me see here so you can see. Hello.
Oh, there you are. Hello. Good to see you.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah, thank you very much for that meditation. And I think that the other three that actually share their experiences, that is amazing. And for you guys are being honest, sharing that with no judgment, or you just share it from your heart. That's a good thing, because we are very safe in this in our world, your world, the coaching world. And when I was doing it, Maggie, I felt a lot lighter. And then when it's finished, it's not raining anymore. Everything is very, very nice and bright. And then I saw 3 or 4 dragonflies just flying out around when you said the last word or something, and we open up and then I can see all the dragonflies flying around. What does that mean?
Beautiful. Where are you? Where are you, CJ?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
been
still so
raining
light
a lot.
there.
Yeah, so it's been raining a lot. And whenever you finish, it's just so bright, and I see the dragonflies flying around, and also the cows just moving around or something. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I think that's a sign that 2022 is going to be a great year for all of us.
Yay, I like that. Yes, we all need a good year, don't we?
Yes,
This 2021 was hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Magali, and everybody at the team. And I'm in the energy coaching class.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that you're a student, but I was trying to figure out, where you
energy.
are because it's
Yeah.
light outside.
It's right, yeah. And I think what's his name? Let me see. Robert, I think that's a calling for you. That's a sign.
Yeah. All
The
right,
big dragonfly. Thank you.
sending you lots of more dragonflies. Okay, CJ, talk soon.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye-bye. I think dragonflies are like our thing for this meditation. I'm going to put up a picture of a dragonfly. Anjina? I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly.
Hold on. Yes, you are. It's Anjana.
Beautiful.
We've talked before.
We have. I remember your background. I remember people's backgrounds.
The light's so bright. I just wanted to say thank you. And Robert, I'm a teacher in Florida too. and yeah, teaching is a lovely thing, but it's definitely changing drastically because of the way the world is. So go with your heart. I kind of got I was so into my body during the meditation. I got really grounded, and yet somewhere I got lost because when I listened to what everybody was saying about what their experience was, I forgot all of the words. I was there, but the words did not register. And at some point I lost total connection. But only because everybody spoke was I knew I was still with it because I heard what they said, but I just went far, far away this time. And it was like, wow. The last thing I remember is when you said to picture going the red light into the center of Mother Earth. And I just started putting whatever feelings I had at the moment, and I totally went somewhere else. I don't know if I went into the Mother Earth or where I went, but I was gone.
And now kind of looking back at the experience, what are there any words you would give to that time that you felt gone? Is it relaxing? Is it
wholeheartedly at peace, bliss? I haven't felt this good in a very long time. I'm just getting off of a 2-week vacation, so I know that some of it has been, I've been resting a lot, but just totally centered at peace. And I'm just so grateful to you. And you said something about you going to the coaching institute full-time. Does that mean you're not going to be doing the Madonnas thing anymore?
Well, Mark and I have worked, we helped found Robbins Madonnas Training.
Yeah.
They're 13 years, and it just felt right now like this was the year for us to put all of our energy and focus into Coaching Institute. But if you're a student, if anyone here is a student of ours, don't worry. All of our teachings are still there, and everything is going on beautifully and smoothly. We're just now shifting our energy to Coaching Institute. Yeah.
Well, I'm sad, but great for you. I'm sure I'll probably have to join Coaching Institute as well.
Well, we'd love to have you, and I love meditating with you. I love you being here in group. I was asking you those questions just because it's good to know, right? The way you were sharing, for example, I wasn't quite sure did she disassociate and not know what happened? Or was it really, you know, a helpful thing? So thank you for giving that explanation to it. And because sometimes also we might feel we disappear. I do this sometimes, and I actually have no idea where I've been. I wouldn't say it's good, not good. I don't know. And that's okay too. So if
Yeah.
anyone has that experience, as long as I think as long as we can be kind to ourselves in the returning back, it can always be beneficial. Of course, there's disassociation that's not beneficial, but that's not what you were sharing about, Anjina.
No,
So
it was more, I felt like nothingness. Like I wasn't sleeping, but I wasn't awake. And then when you said something about the body again and getting back into the body, I thought, oh, I went away. And
that's why I said it. That's why I said it. I had the feeling that a lot of people were very deep, and it's good to remember to come back into our body. And you know, if any of you guys are familiar with like the state of samadhi, there's different kinds of samadhis, but they tend to be very deep states of meditation where we may feel like it's hard to feel the body sometimes, or sometimes it's a very close coming into oneself. And for whatever reason, this group does tend to bring up quite a bit of very deep experience. It's like, you know, so it's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, lovely. And I hope to see you soon again, and always share. I love your background, all those faces, all those guides and powerful beings.
I'm very eclectic.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Our souls resonate. Our souls resonate. I feel that.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. And sending everyone big hugs and happy new year. Okay. Bye guys.